Do you know that exercise plays a vital role in our well-being? Whenever we exercise, we move our body. And when our body is moving, as in a form of exercise, there's a resetting that is taking place in every part of our body. Our body begins to adjust. Our body begins to reposition themselves. Every cells, every organs, every tissues, every vein, the heart, the kidneys, and every organs in our body, the brain, the eyes, every area that is functioning in our body will begin to reset themselves. We begin to readjust and we begin to position themselves to align with our inner core bodies. So when we exercise, we are resetting, repositioning, and adjusting our body to be able to fit naturally. When we exercise, we are naturally overhauling our body. For those who have a car, they will understand what it takes or what it means to overhaul a car. Overhauling a system means that you have to lose everything. For instance, if you're overhauling a car, you have to lose the engine, the gearbox, the axle, the tires, every area that is functioning in the car. You lose them, change the things that need to be changed, replace them with the new one that you need to replace them, where you need to rub grease, where you need to rub oil, where you need to clean and wash. You do all that. After doing all that, you reset again the engine, couples everything that you have already loosed out of the engine or the axle or the gearbox. Then you fit everything back, tie them again, and set them back to the car. So when that happens, you have overhauled the car. So all the old parts has been removed, replaced with the new ones, and when the car sets in on the road, it's like a brand new one. The same thing happens whenever we exercise. We overhaul our internal organs, we overhaul our internal tissues. Everything that is within in our body is overhauled and shake off. So those that need to stay, that belongs to our body, will stay. And those things like illness, disease, germs, bacteria, toxin, and every other thing that is not in line with our organs will be shaken, will be overhauled, will be removed, and sent out of our body. And those that really matters that need to stay in our body will permanently take their place. That is what exercise do. Exercise keeps our heart healthy and strong, because whenever we exercise, our heart tend to be moving faster, pumping blood so fast to be able to meet up energy demand at that particular time. Because whenever we're exercising, there's this internal heat that started developing from inside, and those things, then our pores will have to open, and so many other things that happens within the inside of our body that requires the heart to be able to be beating as fast on a fast pace, to be able to supply all the blood that is needed for the energy that is needed to be able to pass through the pores, that is needed to be able to circulate through our body. So whenever we regularly exercise, it keeps our heart very, very healthy and strong. Exercise lowers the risk of cancer to our body. Our body is naturally built. There are cancer cells lying dormant in our body that is waiting for triggers, that is waiting for events, that is waiting for some certain things to arouse them so that they will kick in and begin to develop. But when we engage in exercise, it lowers every risk of us getting cancer. We have this, for men, we have prostate cancer. Prostate cancer, there's nothing we can do, but over time, naturally, they develop on their own. So when we regularly exercise, it lowers the risk of those development of prostate cancer and every other cancer that is waiting for a particular season or time or event to develop in our body. So regular exercise will shut them down and they will not be able to develop. I want you to watch this.
People who exercise at least 30 minutes a day have a decreased risk in 13 types of cancer. People start to exercise after a cancer diagnosis, their survival rate increases. She found this in 3 cancers: breast cancer, prostate cancer, and colon cancer. And this one in prostate cancer is phenomenal. It was published in Cell Press, a high stringent journal. They also took into account the other myokines that go in and inhibit the growth of tumor cells. You also have to remember, tumors have a blood supply. They're hungry. You need to cut off the blood supply. How do you do that? With natural killer cells. Well, how do you get the natural killer cells in there? It's via exercise. Exercise is medicine. It's preventative medicine and it's curable medicine.
This is based on their research. And so many research have been taking place concerning exercise to our heart, exercise to cancer, and exercise to every other thing that has to do with our well-being. Regular exercise brings to the surface hidden illness that is lying dormant in our body, waiting for time, event, or trigger. What are these hidden illness? If you never start to exercise, you will not be able to understand what I am about to explain to you now. It's only for those who have, one way or the other, engaged in exercise will be able to identify what I am going to say now. For instance, if you have engaged in exercise in the past, you discover that sometimes when you do some exercise, you run, you jog, you walk a distance, or whatever thing that you engage in, you discover that there's a pain that you'll be feeling. Some you feel it in your knees, some you feel it in your waist bone, some you feel it in different areas, some you feel it in your ankles, some it's your heart that is heavy, some their eyes begin to turn, some their head begin to mix up, and so many other feelings that look severe in your body. And those signs or those feelings is warning you not to try it again the next time. So what happens is, if you have such pains, whenever you remember in going again the next time for exercise, those pains would bring fear to you not to continue. So these pains or these problems that you are now discovering because you are exercising is already a sickness in the body, but they are lying dormant. They are lying down because you have never done anything to discover that this thing is already in your body. So because you don't exercise, you don't do anything difficult that will arouse them, so everything was normal, everything was okay. Now that you have started exercise, they are beginning to show up, beginning to tell you, no, we have been here for some time now, you don't have to do this. Some will tell you that if you do this, you're going to go blind. If you do this, your heart is going to blow up. If you do this, your ankles are going to break up. If you do this, the pain that you will be receiving, you will not be able to endure them. So all this is what? The hidden illness in your body waiting, lying dormant. So but regularly exercising will curb all these things out and send them out of your body. And you discover that over time, you will not be feeling all these feelings anymore. And now you are ready to kick in. So regular exercise helps us to discover the hidden illness in our body. And if we continue to engage in this regular exercise, what happens? All those hidden illness will be trashed out of our body.